Have you ever wondered if there are any definite no-nos when it comes to singing? I've got a couple of technical things that every contemporary singer would do well to avoid coming right up.
Sound check. Check 1, check 2.
G'day there, welcome back to Voice Essentials, the YouTube channel where everybody sings. My name is Dr. Dan and I'm a contemporary singing voice specialist. So if you're looking for quality voice instruction that you can trust, then I'd love you to subscribe to the channel and join our ever-growing global community of singers. Now, here on the Voice Essentials channel, I spend a lot of time teaching you what to do with your voice technically. But sometimes it is valuable to look at your technique through a negative lens, which hopefully teaches you what not to do with your voice. So today, we are going to look at two technical aspects of your singing that generally fall into the category of avoid at all costs. Now, please notice that I said generally. Apply today's instruction, understanding that for every rule, there are often multiple exceptions. I understand, and you should too, that you can never approach singing as a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. This being said, I think the two technical aspects we'll look at today will apply to most singers of contemporary genres like rock, pop, and country. So, the first aspect of singing that we need to learn to not do is the genuine and ready temptation to push too much air through the larynx, especially as we travel higher in the range. Have a listen to what happens when I sing an ascending scale and I allow the air pressure to increase as I move higher. I'll start towards the top of my range on an A3 and then we'll travel up. Ya, ya, pushing, ya, I'm still pushing, ya, ya, Notice how the tone becomes thin and pressed. Physically, my throat feels tight, and I can tell you that my voice is going to struggle with the pitch, as you probably heard, as well as the overall stamina, because I'm merely working the voice way too hard. I love what my good friend and internationally renowned vocal coach Kim Chandler says in The Ultimate Guide to Singing. Believe it or not, your loudest voice uses the least air. Now, that's not to say that louder, and in this case, higher singing doesn't employ increased levels of air pressure. It's just that for most singers, the natural tendency is to overdo it when it comes to pushing air and increasing the pressure the higher they go and the louder they get. Sarah Harris writes, a large intake of air tends to build up too much pressure against your vocal folds, encouraging you to close them tightly to keep the air in. This can make it difficult to control how the first notes come out, making your voice sound tight or explosive. I think the critical thing to remember here is that more pressure does not always equal more voice. Often in the upper registers, when seeking an increase in volume, more will only result in less. So applying the ideal of balancing the air pressure as the voice travels higher, in keeping with the desired outcome, have a listen to what an ascending scale might sound like now. Again, starting on the A. Ya, 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 ya. Have I got the C? Ya. There's your C5 it is. Hopefully you can now see and hear more balance in the extrinsic musculature around my larynx as well as a better consistency of tone throughout the range. If you're looking for a set of singing exercises that will help you to achieve better balance throughout your voice, then I recommend downloading my exercise CD, Dr. Dan's Voice Essentials, which is jam-packed with fun and challenging activities designed to improve your singing voice. Interestingly, the second no-no we are considering today is typically activated by the first. When we have too much air pressure, it's not only your larynx that will brace, valving to hold the pressure back. A knock-on effect of all that pressure is for the tongue to lean back, incorrectly seeking to lend muscular support to the larynx. We call this tongue root tension. When writing about tongue root tension and the interplay between the tongue and the larynx, Ron Morris and Janice Chapman write, "This inappropriate interdependence often occurs because of lack of abdominal support for breath flow, as structures such as the tongue root and jaw assume responsibility for supporting the voice." I have a whole other video dedicated to tongue root tension with exercises designed to help release the tongue. You can visit that video by clicking here. Suffice to say now that the ideal position of the tongue when singing through your average scale on an R vowel, like we often do in my exercises here on the channel and with the exercise CD, is to position the tongue in behind the bottom front teeth. Ideally, we need to lean the bulk of the tongue forward without pushing the tip of the tongue too heavily into the bottom front teeth. Now, this might take some getting used to because tongue root tension can be misleading. Again, Morris and Chapman are helpful here, writing, "Singers use tongue retraction and tongue root tension to increase auditory feedback. Tongue root tension gives the singer a more pleasurable auditory experience of his or her own singing." Essentially, you need to work through the auditory change. This is where a singing teacher can be really helpful in guiding you towards what the new sensation should sound and feel like. Remember, when looking to release tongue root tension, you must also develop better breath management strategies. So, as I stated earlier, if you can eliminate the first no-no, unwanted air pressure, you can start to alleviate the second no-no, tongue root tension. I've put a playlist together for you right here if you'd like to workshop your breath management and release your unnecessary tongue root tension. I hope you'll take a moment to watch the videos and do the exercises that they provide. I'll see you again soon. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.